Hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel of The Concept Guy, and in this video we will see how different crudes are classified and how we look at them at a very basic level overview and get the idea of which crude to be selected for our refinery. Okay, so let's start this video, and first of all we have here a crude assay workbook. Okay, so this is a workbook where different crudes are present already. Their sample dates are also mentioned here. Okay, so this is very much available online. However, you have to find it a little bit, but when you have all this data, how do you use it is the most important thing. And in this video we will talk about that only, and we also see that this is an Excel file, so we can also very much use Excel to help us in order to find the best suitable crude. So first what we start here with is that we have around, let's count it. So just click and drag, and let's drag to the end, and here what you will see that the count is 43. Okay, so there are 43 items, the 43 crudes of different countries. So let's say that I want a refinery to be opened up in US. Okay, so in USA I want a refinery at, say, any place like, say, Florida or any other place, Boston, so or perhaps Texas. So if I want a refinery there, then what do I have to look at is that I have these US crudes. Okay, because I'm opening the refinery in US, or let's say in any other country, then I will look, the first aim is to look to the nearest crudes. Okay, the crudes that we that are already in US. Okay, if that doesn't match with our need of the product, so we have a particular product and we need to match how we can get that from these crudes. So these are the different crudes. So Southern Green Canyon, Mars, Poison, Thunder Horse, Alaskan North Slope. Okay, so what first thing that we will do is that we have all this data and the API value, that is how dense the crude is. Okay, so we are just talking about the crude here, not diesel, not gasoline, not kerosene, not naphtha. We are just getting the basic crude. Okay, so depending on this, their density, if the API value is high, then density, it is heavy or light. Okay, so sometimes we get confused. There's no confusion as such. Its API is high, then we will get more of the lighter components. Okay, if API is low, we will get the yes, of course, we will get the heavier products. So what are these heavier and lighter products basically? So if we see that at the top of the refinery, the distillation column, so at the top of the distillation column we get the lighter products that are generally the C1 to C3 and C4 and some naphtha and some gasoline, and in the middle it comes around about kerosene, and at the bottom we get the diesel, and then we have the vacuum distillation unit, that is actually the bottom product of the overall refinery. Okay, so high API, like we say here, Murban has 40.3 API. Then we can see, let's go to Murban. So these are the switching panels. Let's go to Murban, and yes, this is Murban. Okay, so 40. So we see that because it's 40, we see that it's a general distribution in the yield. Okay, if I zoom it a bit, okay, so we see that it's a general description. Now let's go to the summary again, and let's take a very less product or a very high product. So let's take 64.8 API, and this is corresponding to UAE and Sharjah condensate. It's about at the last. So these are switching panels to actually switch between different crudes. This is Sharjah condensate, and we see that the lighter product, like the light distillate, is quite much. Okay, let me zoom it a bit, and we see that the yield on crude, our main focus is volume percentage, because that's the basis that we will compare. And so we see that the lighter components are more and the heavier are less. So if the API value is high, lighter components are more. Okay, then let's go to another thing, that is sulfur weight percentage. Okay, for this means that how much sulfur is present in the crude. We generally require less sulfur because that will actually help us to refine it. Okay, we want to remove the sulfur. Okay, so why to remove the sulfur? Because it corrodes, because it harms the equipments. It can also choke and also react and form different products, especially SO2. Okay, so we need to remove this sulfur. Okay, so less the sulfur, like here it is 0, it's good. So in the US, first we find out what are the different crudes, and then we first plot this whole graph. Okay, so this is a scatter plot. Okay, that you can go to insert and scatter, and this first part. Okay, and these are the various crudes that we have above them, and this is the sulfur percentage and API gravity. So we need less sulfur, and depending on our product, if we want more of gasoline, we then move to this part around, okay, around 50 to 70, because this will give lighter products, or we can also say about till 40 to 50. However, we have to optimize always, and if we want a heavier product, we will go towards this end, okay. So this is light, this is heavy, and this sulfur percentage, this part, this has the highest sulfur, we want the lowest sulfur, okay. So there are many crudes here, you can actually see what is good. And the best part is that if USA doesn't have any of this, then what to do? Definitely, if USA doesn't have a crude that could actually help our refinery to produce a particular product yield, then I will look to the nearby countries, okay, or the country that will actually have a bond with me and supply crudes at a low cost or at a different condition, okay. After that, if that is also not present, then I will just try to go to more farther countries and find the crude. So like US, let's take the highest API one, and that is Alaskan North Slope. So this is the next tab, and we see here the different yields, and volume percentage is our main focus, and the weight and the sulfur weight percentage and gravity is also mentioned. So this, you can see that my gas oil here actually is something that could produce the diesel, and light distillate is something that could actually help to produce gasoline. So I guess if we zoom it a bit, we have the different product percentage and weight percentage of this yield, and the benzene, the naphthalenes, and various lighter component products, because this is a light hydrocarbon analysis, and this is the main part, okay. So what we see is the yield percentage in volume, that is 100. So what you can do is click and drag till the sum of all this is given as 83.75, okay, and we see the maximum value is this, okay. Out of all this, yes, we do have this also, but since we need a light gas oil, and this heavy naphtha also contains some part of this, and we can actually get a good amount of gasoline by actually optimizing this stream, okay. So we need to turn all of this to gasoline to get a good amount of gasoline. However, the values are too less, so it's better we shift to different ones, okay. But this is the highest API one, that means the light distillate product is very less in it. If we go to another light 28, that's Southern Green Canyon, then we see that the amount decreases further. So whatever the case study or the problem statement you may have, you actually have to go one by one steps. So the main steps are: first, locate the crude that is nearest to you, then locate a crude that is from a country which is actually near to me or has a particular condition with me, and find that particular crude that could actually serve my product slate. If still not there, then move to various other crudes, and this chart can actually help us to find the particular range in which the crudes can be selected. Hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe.